Welcome back to the part 4 of the Python Pandas course. Let's start coding. Okay, in this part we are going to talk about group by operations, pivot tables, cross-step analysis, and summarizing the data. So let's start by group by operations. It's a really important topic in data analysis. Grouping means splitting your data into categories and performing calculations inside each category. Pandas does this with group by. Also, I'm going to write the keyword like this, and it's useful because you often want insights per group, not the entire dataset. And real data usually contains categories like country, department, product type, gender, membership level, or weekday. And you can calculate totals, averages, counts, or your own metrics. So let's start. Firstly, I'm going to import pandas as PD, and let's create a data quickly like product, and let's say A, and A, B, and C. Now let's say category, and let's define categories like food, drinks, and we can say drinks again, or let's say snacks. And next I will say sales, like sales, and let me check if we have 6 data, 3, 6, 3, 6, okay, sales, 10, 15, 7, 20, 22, and 5. And let's add stores like X, Y, X, Y, and X with Y. Okay, this is going to be our data, and I will say data frame, pandas data frame, data. So in the data frame we will have something like this. Awesome. Okay, now let's write our first group by. I will say data frame group by, and then I'm going to group my data by product. So inside the group by parentheses, I pass the product. And when I run this, you are going to see that it will say data frame group by. Now I need to give the aggregation function on the column that I want. Like I want to sales sum per group. So when I make this run, I'm going to get a response like this. And I can see that I have the product-wise sales sums in here. And we can do different operations in here, like instead of sum, I can say mean, I can say median, or I can group my data by store, or I can group my data by category, like this. I can say, let's say like value counts, and I can group by that. Now let's talk about how we can group by multiple columns. For that, what we are going to do is we will say data frame group by, but right now we want to group by multiple columns. So instead of passing a single value, I will pass a list in here with product and store. And then I'm going to say sales, and I will use the mean like this. And we can see that in here pandas calculates the average sales for each combination of product of store. Like for the product A and store X, we have this value. For product A and store Y, we have this value. And since we got this type of results with indexes, and also it's for the other one, I want to show you something. Like I will say maximum in here. If you say reset index, at the end of this, you are going to have a data frame again. And in this one, you can use the same thing too, reset index, for getting a data frame in the result. Okay, now I'm going to call the data frame again, and I'm going to show you multiple aggregations in one step. So for that, I will say data frame group by, and I'm going to group by category. And next, I'm going to say aggregation, and I'm going to open a dictionary inside the parentheses, and I'm going to say sales, and I will say sum, mean, and count. So when I make this run, I'm going to see a table like this, and aggregation lets you compute several metrics at once. And this is extremely common in reporting dashboards, like we can see category-wise sums, means, and the counts. Awesome. Now let's talk about pivot tables. A pivot table reorganizes data so categories become columns and rows with a summarized value in the middle. And it's useful because it is one of the most powerful tools for summarizing large data sets, and it is used everywhere. BI tools, Excel, dashboards, accounting, and sales analysis. Okay, let's start with a basic pivot table. I'm going to call data frame. We can use data frame pivot table function, and then we are going to pass one by one values, index, columns, and aggregation function. So for the start, I'm going to say values, and let's add the values of sales. Next, we need to pass index. I'm going to pass product, and I'm going to pass the columns as store, and I'm going to add the aggregation function of sum. So when I make this run, we are going to see that we are going to have a table like this. And one by one, I want to explain those values. This is what you want to summarize. And index, this is the rows. Columns, this is the new columns created. And aggregation function, this is the calculation to apply inside each cell. And you can note this down. It's a useful list for creating pivot tables. Now let's do a pivot table with multiple aggregations. So I'm going to call the data frame again, and I'm going to say data frame pivot table. I will say values sales, index category, columns store, and for the aggregation function I'm going to say sum and the mean, like this. Here we can see that we have the sums and the means, category and store wise. Awesome. Now let's talk about cross-tab analysis. Cross-tab, which is the short form of cross-tabulation, shows how categories relate by counting combinations. Why it is useful? It's great for frequency tables. It helps understanding relationships between categories, and it's often used in marketing, product analysis, A/B testing, and social science research. So, how do we use it? I will say PD, and I'm going to call crosstab. Then I'm going to pass the columns that I want. Product, and I'm going to pass store. So in here, we see something like this. This counts how many times each product appears in each store. Like A appeared in X 2 times, A appeared in Y 1 time, and C didn't appear in the X store. And let's say that we want to include the totals. For that, I'm just going to copy the same thing. And after that, I'm going to add another comma, and I'm going to say margins, and I'm going to set this to true. So we can see the all column and row at the end of the both columns and rows. So 3, 2, 1, and the total is 6. 3, 3, and total is 6. And we can also use it with numeric aggregation. So I'm going to create from 0 crosstab, data frame product, and data frame store. And I'm going to say values will be data frame sales. And next I'm going to say aggregation function equals to sum, like this. And I'm going to make it run. Here we can see the sums, and since C didn't appear in the X store, we have NA value for that. And let's talk about summarizing data. Summarizing means reducing large data sets into quick, understandable insights using totals, averages, counts, mean, max, and descriptive statistics. It matters because it lets you understand your data faster, it helps you spot trends, errors, missing values, and outliers, and it guides decisions when building models or dashboards. So let's use those. Let's say that I want to get a numerical column summary. Then I can say describe like this, and I'm going to get the result of the sales. And what we can do is we can say data frame sales. And I'm going to go like show you 5 different methods, and I will say like we have median, we have maximum, we have minimum, we have mean, and we have sum. And I'm going to use the button in here so we can see that we can get the sum of the sales column, we can get the mean of the sales column, minimum, maximum, and the median. And also we can use describe as aggregation function with group by. So we can say data frame group by, and we can group our data by category. And I'm going to say sales.describe. So we are going to get something like this, which is also super useful. Okay, that was it for this part, and in the next part we are going to talk about Pandas for time series and data handling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this part of the Pandas for Data Analytics course. I create the playlist for the parts of this course. You can reach that playlist from the cards of this video or from the comments section. Also, I'm sharing a new data science video every week on my channel. You can subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day.